It started with coyotes eyeing my goats, but it spiraled into a wildfire evacuation across 3 counties, a viral scandal, and Helen Carver, my street's most feared dictator, tackled into a koi pond while fleeing in a U-Haul stuffed with pilfered HOA gnomes. All because I built a siren. It wasn't meant to unleash chaos or trigger a citywide meltdown, just a DIY setup from a scrapped weather station, 2 old air raid horns, and a rusty CB radio. I called it the Coyote Blaster. My daughter, Lily, 15, dubbed it Dad's midlife crisis with volume. It worked, though. Coyotes prowled, I'd hit the button, and a wail like a furious storm chased them off. Goats calmed. My rural patch stayed balanced. Until Helen stepped in. Helen Carver wasn't just Pinecrest HOA president, she was a passive-aggressive warlord, hurling violation slips like ninja stars. She despised the siren. My ranch sits just beyond HOA turf, where suburbia fades into scrub, a legal gray zone. But Helen insisted her bylaws stretched to auditory range, citing her Amazon decibel meter and Section 14B, peaceful enjoyment of shared environment. Coyotes chomping goats were louder, I'd argue, but she sicked Officer Jim Holt on me. Not a real cop, just her HOA goon in aviators and cargo shorts, once finding shutters for hostile hues. One Wednesday, knee-deep in mud fixing a pipe by the goat pen, I surfaced to find Jim on my porch like a knockoff G.I. Joe. Lily filmed from the driveway, muttering like a nature doc narrator. Here we see the HOA enforcer in his wild habitat. Jim waved a form under Pinecrest HOA noise ordinance. I'm seizing your illegal alarm. Got a warrant? Helen's authority. She doesn't own this dirt. I spat. I'll call the sheriff. I was sheriff in '98. Big fires. I bluffed. He didn't flinch, just slunk to the gate, unbolted the siren, and hauled it off in his SUV. It could have ended there, me stewing, Lily mocking it on TikTok, but Jim tinkered. I'd rigged the siren with motion and heat sensors to spot big critters too smart for him. That night at the HOA clubhouse, he plugged it in, doused it with Gatorade, and tripped emergency mode. At 8:03 p.m., a roar like doomsday split Pinecrest. Birds smashed windows. Dogs freaked. Hikers on Quiet Ridge mistook it for a wildfire alert, pinging satellites. Choppers launched, winds fanned a real canyon spark, and 3 counties got jumbled evacuation orders. By dawn, Channel 7 camped on my lawn, a reporter asking how it felt to spark the Helen Fire, the internet's name for it. Lily's clip hit 3 million views, captioned, "When HOA flexes end in flames." Helen flipped, blamed me, claimed I booby-trapped it, called an HOA summit, and demanded my banishment as a suburban menace. I'm not in your HOA, I said. Didn't matter. Her manicured claws dug in. She called me a noise terrorist, said my goats needed licenses. Lily, sly as ever, mined old HOA files online, secrets brewing. 2 nights later, the siren screamed again from the clubhouse where Jim stashed it. At 2:14 a.m., fire trucks, ambulances, even a Coast Guard chopper swarmed. My barn cam caught it. Coyotes, a pack, tripping it on purpose, sitting smug as chaos reigned. This wasn't about goats anymore. It was war. Next morning, I stood in my robe, coffee bitter, a news drone buzzing my pen. My phone blew up friends, randos, filmmakers, Netflix. Lily ran Siren Gate HQ from a folding table, my old Ranger hat perched for flair. By noon, Helen Fire trended, memes of her with flaming clipboards, a siren dubstep remix on loop. Helen bunkered in the clubhouse, her minivan plastered with live, laugh, lawn, screeching in with binders, a gavel, and rage muffins. Her plan, blame me, kill the siren, reclaim her throne. She underestimated Lily's genius. Wildfire enthusiast Nate Voss, our nutty neighbor with a 400K sub-YouTube channel calling the HOA Lizard Overlords, caught Jim dragging the siren in and roasting marshmallows by dry brush during a fire warning. Lily stitched it into Operation Blame Shift Nate's clips, weather data, HOA emails proving Jim lit the spark. Helen's press conference flopped. Her destabilized coyotes line drew laughs. Jim bailed mid-marshmallow question. Then Max Reed, a scruffy drifter in a tire tread coat, rolled in, claiming he spoke coyote, calling them forest ambassadors. I scoffed. Lily was hooked. Helen called cops. They hung up. Max said the siren messed their mating vibes, begged to camp and watch. Lily won. He slept by the coop, whistling eerie tunes. At midnight, Coyotes watched the fence, not hunting, just waiting. Max grinned for balance. Next day, Lily unearthed an HOA slush fund thousand siphoned for koi lights and Zen upkeep. Embezzlement, she whispered, booking a journalist. But the siren blared again, chained at the clubhouse untouched. Town panicked. Choppers flew. No fire, just two lost hikers stumbling out, saved by the sound. Hero or havoc? Helen claimed credit, citing maternal instinct, a lie. Lily dropped the rescue tale with fun proof online. Boom. By morning, reporters, an auditor, and Nate swarmed Helen's house. She hid. Max listened on the ridge. They never left, he said of the coyotes, just picking their howl. Pinecrest split half, wanted me gone, half mayor. I just wanted safe goats. After the hikers' praise, Helen's allies misses. Clara Tate, Dwight Lane, Marlene Brooks ditched her, mumbling excuses. Cornered, she called a standards forum, a Saturday tribunal in the clubhouse yard. Chairs out, her in a peace president sash. Half the town came for drama, half for snacks. I sat with Lily, Nate, and Max, feather and hat reeking of sage tea. Helen's PowerPoint noise, decay, fake graphs, snarling coyotes, a siren clip flopped. No claps. I spoke, no script, just truth. The siren saved goats from coyotes, Jim stole it, lit the fire. Lily's expose played Jim's campfire, Helen's funds, her hauling gnome boxes, a hot mic dog rant. Gasps. Jim confessed, fire accidental. Clipboard ditched. Chaos erupted. Helen bolted, keys fumbled, then roared from the shed in a U-Haul, gnomes rattling, flamingos trailing. Nate's drone chased Helen's last ride as she skidded into the koi pond. Gnome sank. She flailed in algae, arrested, mascara streaked. The HOA folded fast. Clubhouse shut. Jim on poop patrol. Lily in turning news. Nate YouTube bound. Max gone with a bark note. Neighbors apologized. The siren became art, gold-painted, goat plushies piled beneath. Calm held until the wind shifted. Goats huddled. Chickens twitched. Silence stretched, no birds, no bugs. Max's "you'll know" when echoed. Lily's ridge cam snapped. A dozen coyotes, led by an alpha, scarred and one-eyed, staring down. Nightly, they crept closer, coordinated, mute. Operation Goat Guard launched, fences up, lights on, siren rewired with sensors. Lily's garage HQ hummed cams, Nate's drone, Helen 2.0. At 2 a.m., sensors blazed. Coyotes ringed us, testing. I hovered over the trigger, but Alpha paced, listening. A flute rose, low, eerie. Max emerged, coat swaying, playing. Alpha turned. Coyotes followed, vanishing like smoke. Max waved, gone. Silence broke. Goats eased. Birds sang at dawn. Balance returned. The HOA morphed into a chill harmony circle. Lily's blog, Siren Sense, hit podcasts, comics, a hush-hush streamer. The siren stood quiet, golden, a legend. I patrol the ridge, wondering if Alpha lurks. For now, goats munch, life hums, and the siren waits, ready, just in case.